So you keep wondering why you're attracting similar people in your life, in relationships, friendships, romantic and non-romantic. Why do you keep attracting partners that you don't prefer, friends that you don't prefer? Because it's familiar. Because it's familiar to what you're used to. It's what you're willing to settle for. It's the line between where you're able to get as much of your needs met and how much of your needs you're willing to sacrifice. So in this video, let's break down what it means for you to start attracting healthy relationships. Let's get it. This is all about your needs and recognizing them. Because guess what? You do not deserve 50, 60, 70, 80, even 90% of your needs met. You deserve to have 100% of your needs met. If it's anything less than a fuck yes, they gotta go. All right, this isn't the time for you to keep sacrificing your needs. Yeah, you're gonna learn how to set boundaries and make incremental adjustment to each other to a point where it's time to separate. The relationship has served itself, and that's okay. Except, have you realized that your need for love, that desperation for validation, approval, that ooey gooey lovey feeling that you seem to not be able to create yourself, that you need from somebody else to feel that way? Look, it's not, and I know this may be a little triggering, and it's not that it's hard to leave a partner that you're so invested in, so much time has gone by, or whatever it seems to be the case, except you don't really want them if you're only getting 80% of your needs met. It's not them that you're attached to, it's that ooey gooey feeling of love, that rush, the chemical reaction in your brain, in your brains, like a zombie, except you're like, love, give me love. Yo, I've been there. I'm not here to just make fun of you. I've been there. This is, when I was younger, I've been through that myself. They're not willing to communicate properly. They're dismissing you, whatever the case may be, where you're getting that 20% that's not pleasant for you. You deserve more. And it usually stems from like this worthiness wound, right? Because we're attached to the payout that this person gives us. And sometimes we will sacrifice our needs. Our needs will become greater towards that we want love and affection that will sacrifice our like other parts of ourselves. So unless it's a full fuck yes, they gotta go. And I'm not saying like, oh yeah, they just don't match you, they don't check all your boxes, time to leave. Set incremental adjustments with each other. Set healthy boundaries. Hey, I feel this way when you do this. Put the responsibility on them, and then create a call to action. I want this to happen. This is what I would prefer from you. Great. Boundary set. They cross it. Hey, reinforce it twice. So it's my minimal. 2 reinforcements. Then they got to go. Hey, we've talked about this. I know maybe you're not used to changing your habit or the way you've been doing this. But do you remember this conversation that we had? Yeah, okay. And they'll probably be like, oh yeah, my bad, apologize. All right, cool. Happens one more time. Hey, we talked about this. Are you sure you're willing to change this part of you? Yeah, I can change. and guess what? After that, it's like, they do it again. It's like, no, this is part of who they really are. You don't ever want to actually change someone, right? So you make incremental adjustments so you can't know more. Like let's say you have a preference that you prefer the soap thing to be on the left side of the sink and they want it on the right. I know it's such a minimal thing. Let's say this is a serious issue. Say one of you is battling that it's efficient or this is just the way you prefer it, right? Maybe that might be a thing worth separating over, or since it's, I guess it's not really that big of a deal unless it is to you, then, like you'll have to make that decision. Can I compromise this? Can I compromise this part of me? Am I going to be okay with shifting to having the soap on the right side? And then if you realize that you can't, this is something that you can't shift from yourself or you can't accept about them, don't try to change them. Don't try to shift it. There's someone who also likes the soap on the left side waiting for you. This is the whole thing about relationships. When you've done your best to the best of your ability and you've really actually given it your all, including having these tough conversations, including setting boundaries and putting the responsibility on them for their behavior, which can be difficult because sometimes it feels like you're attacking someone. Well, if you say it the right way, again, I feel this way when you do this, and then create the call to action. What do you want to happen? I want and prefer this. Right? Because you actually care. You actually want to grow together, not apart. You grow together until you need to grow apart. Because there's going to be another relationship that's going to fulfill you and it's going to allow much more growth in your life. And the moment you decide that you deserve this, and you think that this is better than what's out on the unknown, you're going to halt your growth. And the next thing you know, 10, 20 years goes by and then you're like, oh, where'd my life go? It's too late now. Listen, fail faster. Okay? I challenge you to fail faster. Fail faster. Learn the mistake. Take your medicine. Be upset for a month, 2, 3, whatever it takes to heal, and move on. Except the longer you wait and the heavier it feels now, it's going to be heavier later. So I challenge you to let go of the outcomes and allow yourself to show up and ask for your needs to be met. If they can't meet them, they can't. It's literally just who they are. Don't try to change other people. The only thing, we don't have any control over other people. And if you latch on and attach to that, that's manipulation. You're trying to shift someone so you can make it work because you think this is better, because you think the alternative is worse. So, challenge you, fail faster and express your needs and set healthy boundaries, because you deserve 100% of your needs to be met. And if it's anything less than a fuck yes, time to go. And follow your intuition, because a lot of times, you get in relationships, and I've been in them, where you're like, something doesn't feel right about this. They check my boxes, it looks good on paper, and it's like all of a sudden, something's just off, and then they end up being a really bad relationship down the road. Maybe they were a covert narcissist or something crazy happened, right? And it's like, sometimes you just gotta listen to your intuition as well, right? They may check all the boxes off. I'm not saying leave out of fear, That's why do it to the best of your ability. Make sure if you catch a red flag, address it. Red flags aren't always a bad thing. This is your opportunity to express your needs and allow them the opportunity to grow and be vulnerable and express that fear. Hey, I actually see this as a red flag and it's concerning to me. This is what relationships are about. Strong communication, strong boundaries. Feel that fear of expressing something and do it anyway, because you are full of courage. And that is what courage means, to be able to feel the fear and do it anyway. Have an alchemizing day. Namaste.